Hello students, we will see what are notches and wears. Okay, so these are the devices used to measure the discharge over open channel. Okay, so the difference between notch and wear is that this notch is of smaller size and wears is of bigger size. In terms of sizes, these are the main difference. And the next one is this is a very small opening uh, in a small channel or a tank. Okay, and whereas weir is a vertical wall over which the flow is happening. Okay, you can see this flow is happening, and it is a vertical wall made with a concrete or a masonry structure with a sharp edge. Okay, running all over, all the way across the open channel. Okay, and here you can see the cross section. So the bottom edge of the edge is known as a sill or crest, and there is one term known as nape, and it is a volume of sheet of water flowing over the notch or weir. It is not it is known as nape or vein, vein. Okay, so these are the main elements in notches and weirs. And coming to the classification of notches or weirs, first one is it is according to the shape of the opening. So the first one is rectangular notch or weir. So you can see this is the cross section, and you can see this is the wall. Okay, so this is the masonry structure, and this is the cross section of that through which the discharge is happening, and this is the crust. You know that the bottom edge is known as the crust. So height is depth of water is capital H, and this is the length, here it is capital L. You consider a small strip of height DH, and it is that particular top edge of that strip is at a height of small h from the free surface. So this is about the figure. Okay, so here what they are doing is area of the strip. So what is the area of the strip? L into DH. L into DH. Okay, so I have found out area of the strip. And the next one is you are finding out the discharge. So what is the discharge? Discharge is equal to, so area is equal to L into DH. So discharge is equal to what? CD into area into velocity. You know that the actual discharge is equal to coefficient of discharge into area, A into V, area into velocity. So area of the strip is L into DH. And how root of 2 GH came? You know that the velocity in the velocity of the orifice through which the water is flowing, you know that it is root of 2 GH. So the same velocity is happening here. It is happening through a small opening or a where weir. Okay, so this is a velocity that is root of 2 GH. So this is a small dq, that is small discharge. So to find out the total discharge, what is the equation? You have to integrate it. So integral dq. So here in the cross section, you know that it varies from 0 to h. 0 to capital H is the variation. So integrating from 0 to h dq is equal to you will get, this is h raised to 1 by 2. So h raised to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 by 2 plus 1, you will get 2 by 3 CDL root of 2g into h raised to 3 by 2. So when you write down the equation, you will understand more. That is how this 2 by 3 and all came. It is a part of the integration, and this is applying the upper limit and lower limit, that is h minus h raised to 3 by 2 minus 0 raised to 3 by 2. So it will, the equation will be like this. I hope this is clear, and we'll come to one this example. Okay, so here the determine the height of the rectangular weir of length 6 meters to be built across a rectangular channel. Maximum depth of water on the upstream side, okay, side of weir is 1.8 meter, and the discharge is 2000 liter per second, and CD is given. Okay, so Q is given. Okay, what is the question? It is the height of the rectangular weir. Okay, h of the rectangular weir is asked. Okay, so here first I am writing down the all the given data. So Q is given, so I am converting it into a SI unit, that is in meter cube per second. L is given as 6 meter, length is given as 6 meter. You are asked to find out H2, that is here I have marked H and H2 here. So H is the depth of water, maximum height at which this particular water is flowing from the from this one. Okay, so capital from the bottom. So that is the capital H1 is given as 1.8 meters. So you are asked to find out the height of the vertical wall, or height of the weir. Okay, so H2 is asked. So we will see how it is done. So only equation available with us is this one. Okay, we know only the equation, only this equation, that is 2 by 3 CDL into root of 2g h raised to 3 by 2. So here we will first see what all things we can find out from this equation. So Q is given as so and so, isn't it? This is 2 meter cube per second, 2 equal to 2 by 3 into CD is given as 0.6. Okay, it is given as 0.6 into length is given 6 into root of 2g. It is a known thing. Okay, into h raised to 3 by 2 into h raised to 3 by 2. Okay, so here from this you found out what is H. So this H is how much amount of water is discharging through the weir. That is the height H, isn't it? See, weir is the device used to measure the discharge through the open channel. So the height will be the height of the discharge, isn't it? So H is this one. Okay, so H you got from this equation as 0.328. So what is asked? It is to find out what is the height of the rectangular weir is asked. So from the bottom, what is the height? H2 is asked. So H2 is equal to H1 minus H. So H1 is 1.8 minus 0.328 will give you the height of the rectangular weir. So next we will come to the discharge over a triangular weir. Okay, so consider a triangular weir like this. So this is the cross section, and this is up to a height of capital H. Water is up to a height of capital H from the bottom, and consider a small strip like this with the depth or height of small dh, and it is at a depth of the top edge. It is at a depth of small h from the free surface, and the angle of this triangular weir is theta. Okay, so here let this be AB. Okay, so this is point B. So I'm marking as B here. So this is AB. Okay, so this is A. Okay, so this is AB. So please don't mind this B point. So unknowingly I have written down a B here. The A, B points are these two. Okay, these two are A, B. Okay, so I am taking a triangle, this one. Half of this one, this triangle I am taking. Okay, so I have drawn that triangle here. Okay, so AC. Okay, so this is AC. Let this be O. So instead of B, I am writing down O here. So this is O. Okay, so this is ACO. Okay, and what is AC? I am going to find out what is AC. See, it will be here it is theta by 2. Again, this is theta by 2. So this is theta by 2. So tan theta by 2 is equal to AC by H minus H. AC by H minus H. That is tan theta by 2 is opposite by adjacent side. So AC by H minus H. So AC is equal to tan theta by 2. From here, AC is equal to tan theta by 2 into H minus H. Okay, so half this one. This is AC, isn't it? AC is equal to so and so. So what is AB? AB will be 2 times AC. So this is AC plus CB is, that is 2 AC is AB. Okay, so I have written down the same thing here. So what is the area of the strip? Area of the strip is, this is the area of this strip you have to find out. So AB you know. Okay, so it is a small strip and this will be like very similar to a rectangle. So it is a very small strip. So the area will be this side, that is AC into DH. AC into DH. Okay. So AC into AB into DH. Okay. So area of the strip is AB into DH, that is 2 times tan theta by 2 into H minus H, that was AC. 2 times AC will give you so and so into DH will give you area of the strip. So dq, what is a dq? dq is the small discharge, that is CD into area into velocity. So CD into what is area of the strip? This one. So substituting this here into velocity. So here I have, again there is a mistake, into root of 2gh. Okay, 2gh. Sorry. So here you have to remember that it is root of 2gh. Okay, so there is a small mistake over here. So I will just correct it now. Into into root of 2gh. Okay, so this into root of 2gh. And here integrating you will get the total discharge Q. So it is from 0 to H. So you write down this equation and you try to integrate. Finally you will arrive at this equation, that is Q is equal to 8 by 15 into CD tan theta by 2 root of 2G H raised to 5 by 2. So I am writing a special case here. Suppose theta, if the theta angle is 90 degree, then tan 45 is 1. So it will be Q is equal to 8 by 15 CD root of 2G H raised to 5 by 2. So this is the equation for this particular special case. Okay. So now we'll see one example here. So in this question, what are the given data? So first I will read the question. Water flows over a rectangular weir in 1 meter wide at a depth of 150 mm. So L and H is given, and afterwards passes through a triangular right angled weir. Okay, take CD for triangular and rectangular is given as so and so. Find the depth over the triangular weir. So this is the question. So first I have written down all the given data. CD for the rectangular is 0.62, CD for the triangular is 0.59, H is given as depth is given as 150 mm. There is a theta angle for the triangular weir, that is 90 degrees. So this is right angled weir. Okay, and L is also given as 1 meter. And here what is the advantage is that both once the water flows through the rectangular weir, it is passing through a triangular right angle weir. So both the weir should have the same discharge. So Q should be same. So directly we can equate the discharge of the triangular weir to the discharge of the rectangular weir. See here you can see the rectangular weir, the discharge of the rectangular weir is equated to the discharge of the triangular weir. So both the weirs are having the same discharge, so both are equated, and the only unknown here is this H. Okay, so here this L is given as 1 meter, this H is given as 0.15 meters. So all the data in this side is known. Okay, so simply substitute that value, and here CD is also given for the triangle. CD is given. See all this data you can find out, only unknown here it is H. Okay, so from here you can find out the value of H here. Okay, so H raised to 5 by 8 is so and so, and finally you have arrived the answer H. So this is a very easy question. So you have found out the head. Okay, height of the depth over the triangular weir. Okay, I hope this question is clear to you.